Good evening and welcome to The Cut. I'm Rudy Cavazos.
And I'm Isabella Fredrickson. Thank you for joining us.
Kim Kardashian West and Kanye West's home was recently on the cover of Architectural Digest magazine. Gabriela Reynaga has the latest.
The home itself is well known for its minimalist environment, but the magazine gave us a sneak peek of what the house looks like inside and why the couple chose this otherworldly design. Kanye paired up with the Belgian designer and tastemaker to create a home that is pure and luminous with an off-white color. One of the more exotic rooms in the West home has a creature-like stuffed animal that takes up most of the room's space. The stuffed animal was created by artist Isabel Tower. The room, as Kanye describes, is a playroom but also an art installation. For some Kim fans, it's surprising to hear of her family's new minimalist lifestyle, considering her previous over-the-top looks. I'm Gabriela Reynaga from The Cut.
The rap, hip-hop, R&B, and classic Broadway hit Hamilton is coming soon to theaters near you. Cut reporter Madeline Williamson has more.
Lin-Manuel's Broadway hit musical Hamilton is hitting the movie theaters next year. Miranda announced the news via Twitter, revealing that the Broadway hit will be presented by Disney and star the original Broadway cast. The movie will be a live performance of the musical taped from the stage of Richard Rodgers Theater in New York. Since Hamilton first opened in 2015, the Broadway success has received 11 Tony Awards. Much can be expected from this upcoming film. For The Cut, I'm Madeline Williamson.
As we all know, J-Lo and Shakira co-headlined this year's 2020 Super Bowl halftime show. The iconic performance, filled with belly dancing, pole dancing, and a tribute to Kobe Bryant, is being called one of the best shows in Super Bowl history. While it may be one of the best in history, this 14-minute show made sure to capture moments going on in our history. While singing Born in the USA, J-Lo wore the Puerto Rican flag to bring attention to the territory's recent earthquake tragedy. During the performance of Let's Get Loud, children were seen in cages while wearing sweaters with the American flag on them, referencing President Trump's zero-tolerance immigration policy. This show was the first of its kind, as Shakira and J-Lo were the first two Latin artists to co-headline the Super Bowl. What a powerful performance with even more powerful statements.
Powerful performance it really was. As the two duos to be the first Latino artists, it was really awesome to see what they did. I mean, the way they sung and just had everything staged, it created one big awesome show.
I couldn't agree more. I will say I did not watch a lot of football, but I watched every single second of that. It was amazing. I loved it.
In a developing story, the New York Knicks fired their president of basketball operations today. Amna Subhan has the story.
With less than 48 hours until the NBA trade deadline, the Knicks announced surprising news that they are cutting ties with Steve Mills. During the Mills' tenure, the Knicks have come up short, to say the least. The culmination likely happened this summer when the front office struck out in a loaded free agency class, leading to a current record of 15-36. The franchise is quickly moving on, trying to lure Toronto's Raptors president of basketball operations, Masai Ujiri, whose big swings led to a finals victory last June. Though Ujiri's contract situation with the Raptors might dissuade a very eager James Dolan looking for a replacement. Certainly change is coming, but as Knicks fans always know, chaos can even turn for the worst. For The Cut, I'm Amna Subhan.
The Cut reporter Ryan Vlahovic gives us the latest in entertainment news.
Shannen Doherty, famous 80s and 90s actress most known for her roles in Little House on the Prairie and Beverly Hills 90210, revealed Tuesday that she has been battling stage 4 breast cancer for over a year. Doherty was first diagnosed with breast cancer in 2015 and underwent treatment for 2 years before finally announcing remission. In a time of uncertainty, Doherty says she is still filming and working 16-hour days, saying she still has some living to do. Ryan Vlahovic with The Cut.
In Iowa, voters participated in caucuses yesterday. This officially starts the 2020 election cycle. The process of caucus voting can seem confusing to some, so we wanted to take a look at how they function. The entire election process starts with primaries and caucuses. To start off, political primaries use secret ballots, while caucuses are local gatherings of voters who vote in the end for a specific candidate. The purpose of a caucus is to choose a political candidate for that specific party. Another reason for the voting is to get a first glance at what voters think of candidates. Let's view Iowa as an example. On February 3rd, Iowans casted their votes for the Democratic nominee they believe is best to challenge the incumbent President Donald Trump. To be counted as a feasible candidate, at least 15% of support is needed in a given precinct. If this point is not reached, voters can turn their attention to another potential candidate or participate in a preference group for a non-viable candidate. The final vote that is casted will result in the number of delegates the candidate receives. In Iowa, Democrats mainly meet at public buildings to openly discuss their thoughts on candidates. For those who aren't able to attend the caucus, satellite caucuses are held in parts of the United States and internationally as well.
Now that is so interesting. Are there any caucuses in the state of Arizona?
Actually, yes. So there are satellite caucuses around parts of Tucson and Queen Creek. Now, the people that can attend those have to be Iowans. They have to be living in Iowa, but they're just out of state temporarily. So Snowbirds primarily.
Gotcha. Recently, cut specialist Haley Forbes was able to visit the American Horror Film Festival in Tempe. Let's take a look as to what this festival is all about.
I mean, I've seen it and watched it throughout its progress and its development over the years that Ryan's been working on it. And I think he nailed it from the casting point of view, to the film work, to everything, and then to the final cut and post. It really came together as a full film. It was amazing.
The films are submitted and shown at the prestigious Alamo Drafthouse in Tempe, Arizona.
It's a great feeling to watch it, big screen, and you get to see everything come together after months of putting puzzle pieces together, so it's very nice.
Each year they select a different theme to the event, with this year's theme being slashers.
Well, this film was an in memoriam documentary to Richard Brooker, who played the first Jason to have the hockey mask on. So yeah, it's a nice ode to him, and also a bit of the rest of the film, and also a little bit of some tragedy that happened.
At the end of the night, the horror films are judged and given awards in categories such as Best Short Film, Best Feature Film, and Best Music Video.
The festival hopes to recognize short horror films and their directors.
That is all for this week's edition of The Cut. I'm Rudy Cavazos.
And I'm Isabella Fredrickson. For all content behind the scenes, make sure to follow us at @thecut_network. Have a great night.